Hello everyone and welcome to Thoughts and a Review for a pay-per-view. I am Slim and this time we are talking about the Royal Rumble. And what a show it was. Holy shit. Um, yeah, it was a really good show. And yeah, let's start off with the pre-show match, which was the women's tag title match between Nia and Shayna and Asuka and Charlotte. It was a good match. It the ending was a little bit meh because Ric Flair came out, Lacey Evans came out, there was knuckle busters, and yeah, eventually Nia and Shayna won after Lacey punched Charlotte in the face with the knuckle busters, and then Nia hit a leg drop and 1, 2, 3. They are new tag team champions, and that makes no sense given that the last pay per view they lost the belts to Charlotte and Asuka. So it's just stupid. They should have just kept the belts on them. Um, but yeah, and a few things in that match come back to play in the Rumble. We'll get to that though. But we kicked the main show off with McIntyre versus Goldberg. The match started before the bell. The fight started before the bell, and yeah, there was lots of spears, lots of kicks, claymores, whatever. There was a jackhammer and all that. But in the end, McIntyre won. He retained in 2 minutes 30 was the official time. 2 minutes 30. So yeah, after the match they shook hands and whatever. Yeah, no, that was cool. Then we had the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Sasha and Carmella. Good match. And Reginald got kicked out during the match. He shouldn't have been, though. The ref said that he interfered a couple of times, which he didn't really interfere. When he got kicked out, they said that he interfered when he caught Sasha, but it's like she came flying at him. He just caught her. He didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, whatever. In the end, Sasha won with the bank statement. Carmella tapped out pretty much instantly. We then got the Women's Rumble match, and holy shit! So, entrant number 1 was Bayley, which was a surprise. I had her winning, and she didn't. Naomi was number 2. She returned, which was cool. Yeah, other notable parts, Billie Kay came out at number 4, and then everyone that came out for a little while, she kept trying to get her to help her. Yeah, there was a few NXTs. Well, there was actually a lot of NXTs. Just looking at it. We'll go through them a bit later. There was Shotzi Blackheart, Toni Storm, Santana Garrett, Dakota Kai later on in the match, Ember Moon also later on in the match. And there was one more that I haven't said because we'll get to her. For the people that returned in terms of legends or whatever, Jillian Hall and Victoria and Alicia Fox. But we will talk about Alicia Fox soon. Oh, and Tori Wilson. Yeah, we had a small Iconics thingo reunion, but Billie Kay was torn between the Iconics and the Riot Squad. What else? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there was shit with Nia, Shayna, Charlotte, and Lacey, and Rick. Rick came out. Mickie James returned as well. So did Lana, which was cool. Alexa got eliminated quite quickly because she was going to turn into the Fiend. Or her version of it, whatever. Yeah, let's talk about the Alicia Fox spot. So Alicia Fox came out, R-Truth came running out after her, and got up on the apron and went, whoops, wrong Rumble. Then he was getting chased by everyone for his title, so he got in the ring, and Alicia Fox won the belt from him. He then left, well, got out of the ring. She then got eliminated. He then pinned her to win the belt back, and then he ran off. And later on in the show, um, Truth got rolled up by Peter Rosenberg, who is now the 24/7 champion. Um, so that was that spot. And yeah, the other NXT star that I didn't mention was the last person to be eliminated, Rhea Ripley. She was eliminated by entry number 3, Bianca Belair. So Belair is going to WrestleMania. That is cool. And she did it from number 3, which is also pretty cool. So yeah, that's the Women's Royal Rumble. Yeah. We then got the Last Man Standing match, which was pretty good. They fought everywhere. They did a lot of things, like Reigns speared Owens through the stage, chucked him off the thing over all the screens are, like all that shit happened. They went fighting backstage and all that. Reigns got busted open. There was no Jey Uso or anything, which was a little bit weird. But I figured that they were just saving him for the Rumble. Then, what else happened? Oh yeah, Owens looked like he was going to win a few times, especially toward the end when Reigns had been handcuffed very far down on a pole. It was like a lighting rig or something. Don't know, but yeah. So the ref got to 9, and well, Reigns just sent him straight into the lights. So the ref didn't complete the count, and then eventually Paul Heyman got him out, and yeah, Reigns ended up winning shortly after that. Reigns was always going to win, but yeah, no Adam Pearce either. That was a bit weird. Then we got the men's rumble match to end the show. Entrances 1 and 2 were Edge and Orton. It was announced that it was going to be Orton and Edge, but they swapped them for some reason. Yeah, and so Edge and Orton were number 1 and 2. They kept fighting outside the ring and whatnot, and eventually Orton got attacked by Edge, obviously, and had to be helped to the back because he couldn't walk. So that took him out for quite a while. Sami Zayn was 3, which was, yeah. We then had, whoever. Nakamura was 7. I had him to win, and I was saying he was going to win at 14, but he didn't. Number 8, that's a big one. Carlito returned. That was awesome. Yeah, so Carlito returned. That was cool. Blah, blah, blah. We keep going through. There was only one NXT star, and it was number 14, which was my number, Damian Priest, and he did really well. Yeah. In terms of other surprises, I don't know if you'd count Elias as a surprise, because he apparently announced himself, but people weren't sure. Number 18 was Kane. That was a surprise. I will go out on record and say that Kane is my favourite superstar ever. We then got the Hurricane in at number 23, who tried to do the double choke slam, which he does every time he gets in the Rumble. This time to Big E and Bobby Lashley, who chucked him over. We'll get back to that one. And yeah, right. So, yeah, that's that. And eventually, we come down to 29, right, which by this stage we had worked out that there was 2 people left to come out that had been announced. Braun Strowman, Jey Uso. Number 29, Seth Rollins. It was awesome. Seth's back. That's cool. But where's Jey Uso? And then Braun was number 30. So yeah, that was a bit weird. No Jey Uso on the show, full stop. I don't know. Oh yeah, I should also mention Omos got rid of a couple of people. He got rid of both Big E and Rey Mysterio, which is funny. He also saved Styles quite a few times until Braun went, I'm not going to chuck him out where Omos is. And chucked him out a different, well, on a different side. And yeah. Right. The other person that I haven't said returned. Christian came back, which was cool. That was cool as final five was Randy, who still wasn't back yet. Edge, Christian, Rollins, and Strowman. Right? And while Edge and Christian were trying to get out Braun, Rollins come up and dumped out both Christian and Braun. He managed to do that, so it came down to the final two of Edge and Rollins. So then I went, oh, wow, Rollins is going to win this then. And out went Rollins. And then I went, holy shit, Orton's going to win this, because Orton slithered back in. And as he went to chuck out Edge, Edge reversed it, and Edge won from the number one position to go to WrestleMania again. And apparently, I'm going to double check this right now, but apparently it was 11 years to the day that Edge won the 2010 Rumble. So I'm just going to have a look at that. What January 31st, 2010, January 31st, 2021. Although here it is the 1st of February. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, Edge won it. That was cool. Edge is going to WrestleMania. I guess he would face Drew. But with saying that, he'd face Reigns because it's a battle of the spears. You know who you should face? You should just sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to face Finn Balor. That would be cool. But, yeah. And Bianca Belair, I would assume, is going to go after Sasha. She could go after Asuka. That would tie into NXT a bit. But I think she'll go after Sasha. So, yeah. But that's been my thoughts. Oh, no, hang on. We're not done yet, are we? We've got to star rate this shit. Alright, let's get back into it and star rate it all. I forgot about that part. So, the pre-show match we're going to give 2.5 stars, because the action was fine. I just didn't care. And the result came... Like, the result made everything, like the story and all that shit, made it all look stupid. The Lacey stuff was fine. So yeah, 2.5 stars. McIntyre versus Goldberg, I will give 4 stars actually. I thought that was brilliant. Sasha and Carmella can get 3.5. The Women's Rumble wasn't as good as it could have been. But it's a Rumble. 3.5 stars. It was alright. The last men standing, we're going to go 4 stars. And the men's Rumble will also give it 4 stars. Although I think... What was better? Last man standing or the Royal Rumble? Maybe we give... Nah, we're going to keep him at 4 stars. I was going to maybe give one of them a 1/4 star, but no, we'll keep him at 4 stars. So, yeah. The men's Rumble was 20 seconds shorter than the women's Rumble. I should also mention that, because why not? That would be cool to know. So, yeah, that's cool. But that's been it for my thoughts and review for a pay-per-view Royal Rumble 2021. yeah, like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, follow the Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Oh, before we mention anything, um, Kyle lost the belt. I didn't win it. Seth didn't win it. Um, somebody else on our predictions roster won it. So, yeah, it's the first time they've won the belt, too. But yeah, now we'll get back to that. Yeah, follow the Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Links to those are in the description. And yeah, other than that, goodbye and good night.